Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and I'm Aleeza. So in today's video we are going to create a farming calculator. So I'll tell you a short story for that. There is a man named Mohan who is a very successful farmer. He plants vegetables and fruits in his square shaped farm. He wants to start using some advanced machines for farming. So he wants us to build a geometric calculator for him. He has simple request that the calculator should calculate the area of each of his farm. This will make him make a decision about the correct size of machine to plow the field. Second request is there are many cows and dogs keeps entering his farm and spoils the crops. So he wants to make a fence surrounding all his farms. So the calculator should also calculate the perimeter of each his farm. Okay, so this is the story. This is the request of the man Mohan. So we will be creating a farming calculator using code pen, and I'm going to create a new pen first. Okay, so let it load. So what we are going to do is first we are going to create a simple web page, the basic things. First, like the skeleton of the web page of HTML. First of all, you'll rename the website. I'm renaming it as Farming Calculator. Okay. Now in the HTML part, I'll create a tag called HTML. I will create a head tag. Then I will also close the head tag. So head tag closed. Inside the head tag, I'm going to not write anything. Okay, I'll just create the body now. Sorry, body. Also, the body tag should be now closed. Okay. Now I'll press on enter. Over here in the center, what I am going to do is I'm going to create an h1 tag. Okay. Here you see. Sorry. 1 second. I'm going to close this, and in between I'm writing here farming calculator. Okay. Now I'll close this h1 tag. Alright. It looks something like this. Or if we would have given a heading, it won't look that good. It will be like okay. Also, we did not put the title tag here, so I'll first of all put the tag of title. One minute. Title. I want this to be down, and the title tag should be closed. So it will look something like this. Alright, if I remove this, let me. Okay, so there's no changes. This farming calculator is the thing which should look over here, but now it's not working, so that's why. Now you'll set the background color of the page to your favorite color, whatever you want. So what we are going to do today is we will be doing the CSS also step by step by the like this. So now I'm going to do the changes in the body of CSS. So I want the text align to be center. Then I want the background color to be, as the farm is always green, so or some other color. So I'm going to take green, light green. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to now we will go to HTML again, and now we have to create a HR now. So that's on you. If you want to create the HR, you can, and if you don't want to, don't do that. So I'm creating a HR. Now I'll use a div tag. Okay, so inside the div tag, what we have to do, first I'll close the tag, div tag, and between of the both tags, I'll write this text. So I've already copied this text from this. So in between, I've written enter link of the side of the farm. Okay, see, you can see over here. Now what we have to do, after this farm, we will write here. We'll open a tag called input space type is equal to num space id is equal to uh, num one one. This type you can give it as number. You have to give it as number. Then the id is num1 space. We will give the class as iBox. All right. So now what we have is we will close this tag. Now by this line what you can see is here there is a text input and there is a text which says enter length of the side of the farm. Also here we have given the type as number because we don't want any alphabet here to be displayed, right? So there is an issue with the letter E, so we don't want any alphabet to be displayed. I'm typing on the alphabet, it's not displayed. We want only the numbers to be displayed, right? See, but I'll write the numbers, it is working. I'm typing the special characters, it's not working. Also, if you want to see, I'll open my digital keyboard also. Here you can see we have only the number pad open and not the alphabetical keyboard. So here that is because we have given the type as numbers. Okay. So now what we have to do is we will create a button tag button. Okay. Space. We will give it as on click is equal to a function which is calculate, and because it's a function we have to give round brackets. Alright, now what we have to do is we have to close this button tag right in between calculate. Now we'll close the tag itself, right? You can see what was it. See, we have this button tag and this input tag and the div tag. Now see, now what we have to do is we have to create another div. So I'll just minimize this div and this h1. So I'm going to click on enter. Also the head and title I've minimized. So over here I'm going to create a div inside this one minute. I'll also close the div now. Okay, now inside the div tag, okay, what we have to do is space id is equal to label lbl area. Okay, and then after in between the tag we have to write the area, like area of the farm we have to write. So area of the farm, and we will give a colon and space. All right, so you can see over here. Also, if you want, you can give an hr, not hr, br, break, give some space in between. Okay, so I'm going to give two breaks to give more of space, and it should look systematic, right? You can see. So I will press on enter so that it's okay. Now what we have to do is we have to create another div tag. So we'll create, I mean you can give it over here only. So div space id is equal to result 1. You can give whatever id you want, because we have to give something like we have to give the perimeter also. That is why I'm giving the result 1 id. Okay, so after this I've written 0 and the div tag is being closed. Now what we have to do is we have to do the same thing, but so you can do what you can copy paste the same thing over here and do the changes what I'll tell now, or else you can write it by yourself. So I'll write it by myself. It will be a practice also for me. I'll create another div tag. I will write their id is equal to quotations and this result 2. Then this tag close, then 0. Oh, sorry, 1 minute. I did the next step. First, we have to write here label perimeter, or the label fence, you could say. Alright. Now I'll close the tag. I will write here that length of fence to be purchased. Okay, length of fence to be purchased. Sorry, I think I wrote everything in caps lock. I write your length of fence to be purchased. Alright, and again the semicolons and space. Then you will close this div tag. Now we will create another div tag below this. Div. Inside the div tag, what I will do is id is equal to quotation mark result 2. This was the step which I did in the perimeter, this part. Okay, so don't do such mistakes. It was a mistake done by me, so I don't want anybody else to do that mistake. Okay, so in between I'll write here again 0, and again the div tag should be closed. So see, if you notice the code was same for both of these. I'll not give this space. Div id is equal to label, then closed, area of farm, and the tag has been closed. Here also div id is equal to label perimeter, length of fence to be purchased, and then the div tag closed. Then we have div id is equal to result 1 0, div tag closed. Div id is equal to result 2 0, div tag closed. Then the body tag is being closed, and the last we will close the HTML tag. Okay, so see, if you see, it will look something like this, but as again I want it to look systematic, so I'm going to give another break here. I'm going to give 2 breaks. It will look something like this. So I think I'll give 1 break over here also, and here. So that break thing is upon you. If you want to give it, you can give. If not, you don't. It's not needed. Like, it's not compulsory. Now we'll move on to the CSS part. So this was this much only. Over here in the CSS, what we will be doing is we will go code by code. So first we have, in the body we have the h1. I'll just minimize this. Okay, 1 second. Right. So in the body first we have the h1. So let's code for h1 first. So here I'll create an h1. H1. I'll write h1. I'll open the curly brackets closed. Then I'm going to give the font weight. Okay, font hyphen weight semicolons. I want it to be bold. I give it bold. Let it load. And one more thing, I forgot to do this, but now don't forget to do that. Just click on the save button. It will be always helpful for you. It will not lose your these things, right? Or otherwise, if you don't do that, and if you close the tab by mistake or some or the other things happen, so it will all get deleted. Also click on the fork. Okay, so it's done. I have like saved it, but I think some of the other changes. 1 minute. Let me see what's my mistake. It's not about. Okay, so there's no mistake as such. I was talking to you, so I did not notice that it is being bolder. Now I'll give it a text color, like font color. Sorry, so the font color is not applicable because it's not written as font color. It's just color. Alright, so I'll give color semicolon space. I want it to be dark green as the background is green. Alright, colons. Alright, now what we will do is, for the next code which we are done with the h1. Let me close this again. Then we have the div tag for the label. No, 1 minute. We have the div tag for this id is number this. Alright, so let's see what we have to do for that. Okay, so there's nothing much to do in this. We just have to write here tib as the tag div, enter. Okay, now here we will give it as the first we'll give the padding. 1 second, so let's give the padding top. So we'll write here padding, padding top semicolon space. I'll give it as 10 px. Let's see. Wait, let it load. Let's save it and see. Okay, so I by mistakenly put this p, so I'll remove that, and now it will work. See, there's a padding for 10 px. Or you can directly give only padding, not padding top, if you don't put that. As per me, padding top is okay because we have put so many breaks, so it will be looking good and all. Now what we have over here is we have to change the font weight. So the font weight, right? Oh, very good. Sorry. Okay, I'll type it here. Font weight, which will be bold. So it's bold. See, all of the font weight is being bold now. Then what we have is this is it for this part. Then we have the label. So I'll give hashtag because for the label, this label we have given a ID, right? Not any class or something. Like one second. Where is it here? So this div ID. So I'll write here hashtag LBL area. Okay, LBL label area. Then space this. And now here what we have to do is we change the font color, not the font color, only the color, and it should be dark blue. Let's try that. I'll be a bit dark blue. Okay, it's looking good. Now what we have in this part is we have to change the font size to 20 px. Okay, let's see. It's been grown up. It's like that. It's bigger now. Now we'll do the same things for the label perimeter. I'll copy paste the same thing. It's again like we have to do the same. I'll change the name. That too I'll not delete LBL. That's label. Now let me see what's the idea I had given. Label P capital perimeter. Okay, let's see now. It's done. Now we have to do the changes to the result. This 0. So we'll give here also hashtag result 1 space. We'll change the font weight to bolder, and the font color to red. Okay, the same thing goes on for the result too. So I'll copy this, paste it over here until the changes result 2. It's here, right? Now we have to do the changes for the button. So I'll put here button margin. We'll give it a margin top 10 px. Let's see. Then margin bottom also 10 px. Let's see what happens. So the button is over here. So what we have to do is okay. So this is it for CSS. What I think is I can remove one of the BR because it's giving too much of space as per me now. So I think that much is good. Over here also I'll remove one BR. Okay. Now this is perfect. Also I want to change the size of this text. So I'll see what's the ID. I mean the div. Okay, so we'll change it. The div's size, font size should be maybe 20 px. Let's see. Okay, 1 minute. Let me. Alright, 20 px. If I keep it 15 also, that's also good. Oh, not 2 1 5 15. Alright, that's again that much only what I had given. So 20 is perfect. So you can see the design part is already done now. All the things are perfect here. Now what I will do is we have to do the changes in the JS part. Here what we have to do is we have to write here a variable var space num because over here we had used that thing, right? Like here we will be using num only. So variable num is equal to 1. Num1 we will give because the ID we gave it as num1. See, right? So variable num1 is equal to number number, then the rounded brackets then document dot get element by id. Then we have to open another rounded brackets inside this and put quotation marks and write here num1. Let me see if it's capital or it's small. So I have written it wrong over here. Num1, then between the bracket this I'll write a dot value 1 and the whole. Okay, let's see. Now we have to code for the function. Okay, so what I will do is I'll write a function. Yes, we have only one function which is calculate. So I'll write a calculate rounded brackets and then the curly brackets. Okay. So after this function thing, we have to do the same thing over here, which was there. So I'll just do one thing. I'll copy this thing. But the difference is we don't have to copy the var, which is the variable. We'll just copy it from the num1 is equal to that one. Okay, like this. Okay. Now we have now for variable area we will do. So var area is equal to uh, num1 multiplied sign is that star which is on the key of 8, so you need to use shift plus 8 multiplied by num1. Okay, so this will be the formula for area over here. So I'll just put this colon. Then the next time we'll do the same thing for perimeter. var perimeter is equal to, here the formula is 4 into this. So you write 4 multiplied by num1 colons. Okay, now we have to create go down like in the new line. What we will do is we will write a document dot get element by id. Then we want that rounded brackets. Inside the rounded brackets we'll put the quotation marks. Inside that we'll write a result 1. Then after outside of the rounded brackets we will write dot inner one minute dot inner html we should. Yes, so we'll directly write dot inner html is equal to area. Sorry, area. Okay, so we'll just do this the colons, and then I'll just copy the same thing for perimeters. Okay, I'll write this result. I'll change this to, okay, I'll just change the result 1 to 2. Then the area also I'll just change it to perimeter. Okay, now one thing we have to do is that there is nothing to do. The one thing is nothing to do. We are done with this. So I'll just give you a quick live test of this. You can see this is the text box. Enter the length of the side of the farm. So my farm side is 24, suppose. So I'll click on calculate. So area of farm is 576 and the length of fences to be purchased is 96. If we see like on the calculators and all, like 24 multiplied by 24, right? So 24 multiplied by 24 is 576. Okay, and 24 multiplied by 4 is 96. So let's say yes, so the thing is correct, right? And the formula also which we used is also correct. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you like the video. If yes, please hit the bell icon, comment below, like my video, share and subscribe.